Between the 19th and 20th centuries, the art industry, which had established a permanent style of art since the Renaissance, was affected by a new style of art by a small group of painters who let their creativity flow and connected with nature. One of these people was Claude Monet, one of the main founders of Impressionism who did not care about his content for art and later became entrepreneur. Hi, my name is Angelis Hernandez and I'm going to present about the life, career, and the influence of Impressionism on the art of Claude Monet. First, let's talk about who was Claude Monet. Regarding to his personal life, we will divide it into two sections, childhood and adulthood. So, let's begin with his childhood. According to Encyclopedia of World Biography Online, his full name was Oscar Claude Monet. He was born in Paris on November 14, 1840. When he was 5 years old, he moved with his family to Le Havre, France. His parents were Adolphe Monet and Louise Justine. As a curious fact, his father was a grocer and wanted his son to continue with the business, but Monet decided to be a painter. About his adulthood, Monet falls completely in love with Camille Doncier, and they married on June 26, 1870. According to Historia National Geographic, it is mentioned that Camille was Monet's model for his work Camille in a Green Dress. They had two children, Jean and Michael. Sadly, Camille died 9 years after marrying Monet. Monet remarried in 1892 with Alice Huchedet, who died in 1911. On the other hand, Monet not only went through difficult times in his personal life, but also in his artistic career. Let's continue talking about his artistic career. His career began at the age of 15 when he was already known as a cartoonist in his town. According to Encyclopedia Britannica, his aunt Marie-Jane Lucard also painted, so she may have suggested him study drawing with a local artist. At the age of 18, he met the painter Eugene Boudin and landscape painter who encouraged him to paint outdoors. After meeting Boudin, Monet traveled to Paris, where he was so captivated by seeing the world of art that he wanted to stay and live there. He stayed living in Paris for 10 years. In 1874, his style of art, Impressionism, began to be recognized. Now, let's continue talking about his studies in art. According to Art and Activities, he began studying art at the Swiss Academy in 1859, where he met artists like Camille Pissarro, Courbet, and Edouard Manet. Also, Monet attended the Glare Academy. However, his studies were interrupted by military service in Algeria during the years 1860 to 1862. On the other hand, Monet experienced multiple rejection in his life for his art. He tries to have his paintings featured at the Parisian art establishment, but only two of them were featured. Because of the rejection, Monet attempted suicide in the Seine River in 1868. In 1870, Monet and Camille moved to London, England, because of the Franco-Prussian War, where Monet knew paintings by English artists, so he learned new techniques. In 1871, returned to Argenteuil, France. In 1874, the Salon rejected a group of artists such as Monet, Pissarro, Boudin, Morisot, among others. According to Arts and Activities, it mentioned that an art critic wanted to humiliate them by calling them impressionists. However, they proudly adopt this name. Without a doubt, it was not easy for Monet to follow his dream with so many obstacles, but that did not stop his passion for art. Finally, we will talk about the Impressionism style and its influence in the world of art. So, what is Impressionism? This style of art is characterized by being an instant art based on the illumination of the sun, showing a new image to the human eye. Its name arose from a painting called Impression Sunrise from 1874. This style at first was mocked and ridiculed. According to US News and World Report, showed the following comment. One pundit praised the painters for inventing a new technique. Load a pistol, load a pistol with some tubes of paint. Fire at the canvas and finish it off with a signature. Monet dedicates studying the light changes in nature, and he reflected it in the series he painted, making series of the same landscape to show changes in light. Monet died on December 5th, 1926, at the age of 86. He died in Giverny, the last place he lived, and he did several of his series of paintings, including the water lilies and the Japanese style bridge. Despite his death, Impressionism continued growing, and Monet influenced other artists such as Vincent Van Gogh, Emily Bernard, Henri Matisse, among others. As we could see about Monet, his life, career, and his influence with Impressionism left a great mark on the history of art. Monet not only found a new style of art, but he gave us a new way to see the world. In conclusion, Monet's stories motivate us that no matter the contempt, humiliation, and hard processes, we must be persistent and constant in what we want to achieve, improving more and more until we fulfill our dreams and be of great influence to others. Thank you.